Welcome back to AskAPop. Today we're talking about what's in the Bible. Have you ever read the Bible? That's a question that I've both been asked, and I've honestly asked it too. And thinking about it now, boy, I really don't like that question because it makes it sound like it's a book or a series of books. And well, I guess in the truest sense of the word, it kind of is. But it's just so much more than that. See, I like reading, and there's certain series like the Dresden Files or Lord of the Rings that I dig them, and I'll read those. And every time I do, I'll pick it up and read it again. I get new details or foreshadowing, but it's still honestly the same story. The Bible, on the other hand, that's a whole different kettle of fish, because you see, I'll pray before I start reading it, and then the Spirit will guide me, and it'll meet me where I'm at, both in life and in the moment, to make sure that it's a two-way communication with my Creator. Let's pull out the Bibles here. I'm missing one that I loaned to somebody 25 years ago. They've still not given it back to me, but in the end, that's a win. And hey, my current Bible's a tablet. Don't judge the stickers. My age and actions might not always agree. But the first time I read Exodus, I was a teenager. Moses was a superhero, battling armies and performing miracles, talking to God. Man, he was the bee's knees. Later on, I read it as a man in my 20s while managing a retail shop. Moses was the best people manager in the world, and he was a super motivator. Then later on, we had adopted our son. We introduced the Bible to our son through Exodus. I wonder why we picked that one. It was an entirely different take on Moses that time. And since then, I've read Exodus a few different times, and every time it's always a different story. And that's not even counting all what I call the flybys, where I'll read a few chapters at a time, and I always get something different. See, God meets us where we are, where we need Him. And the Bible readings today show us that even as the book was being reading, the commandments might have been written in stone, but the rules weren't. This is just a thought from a guy that's forever grateful that while I no longer have the Bible that my grandfather gave me 42 years ago, I do have the Bible that he left me after he passed, and the remembrance of the importance of knowing that giving a Bible is way more important than getting one.